What's good, Commanders fans? I know it's early and I know it's only been 2 weeks, but we are first in the NFC East. So you always, being a Commanders fan, you got to celebrate that, guys. It is what it is. I get it. And we barely beat a team with no kicker. And we went 7 for 7 for field goals. We didn't score in the red zone. So it's an ugly win. It's nothing to get super excited about. But when you're first in the NFC East, a tough historical division, you always have to acknowledge that and enjoy it while you have it. And the only thing is that I will say, another thing, not only, but another thing I will say is that the NFC East is a little bit more wide open than what I expected it to be. The reason why I say that is because the Eagles defense is awful. And I knew the Eagles defense was going to be bad, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad. I thought they were going to be a little bit more improved than what they were last year, adding Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell and, Bryce Hoff. And he hasn't really done much. Devin White, he's been inactive, hasn't even played. He's behind the Kobe Dean, not even suiting up on Sundays or Monday nights. And Darius Slay is washed. We knew Darius Slay was washed. Terry Malone owns him. But man, does he look even more washed than he was before. And James Bradbury is awful. James Bradbury's not playing. Like they're not gonna put him out there anyway because James Bradbury is just awful. And then with AJ Brown being out, who knows how long he's gonna be out. But even with him back, like their defense is really bad. Like really bad. I think their defense can possibly be historically bad with how bad they are. I mean, you look at the numbers they gave up to Kirk Cousins. They didn't give like big numbers, but guys were wide open all game. They were moving the ball easily. Darnell Mooney had an easy touchdown. Drake London, he cooked Darius Slay on that last play. And Ray McLeod looked pretty good. Bijan Robinson was running the ball effectively. Like the Falcons offense was running on all cylinders. They really were. And Kirk, if he didn't miss, like he threw a low pass to Drake London in the first half, that could have been a first down and more. Like there were some opportunities that Kirk missed that they probably could have put up 30 points on the board. There were some things that the Eagles missed too. But man, like that Eagles defense is not good. And then the first week, you look at them against the Packers, and Jaden Reed had 2 touchdowns. Jaden Reed went crazy. Christian Watson had a solid game. Josh Jacobs had a good game. Jordan Love had a great game before he got injured. Like the Eagles defense, and they can't tackle, just like us. We can't tackle, so I'm not talking a bunch of trash or nothing, because we can't tackle. Our defense is awful too, so I'm not going to talk about other teams' defense. The Giants' defense is not good. All three, so the 3 NFC East teams, actually, I think all NFC East teams, look at the numbers so far. Every NFC East team except for us is the bottom 10 in run defense and rushing yards allowed. I get it, it's only 2 games. Dallas is 20th in the league against rushing. Philly is 25th with rush yards allowed. The Giants are 28th with rush yards allowed. And Philly's 25th, Dallas is 20th, and the Giants are 160. They've given them 163 because B-Rob had 133 yards by himself on the ground. The Giants are 28th in rush yards allowed. Right now, we're 16th in rush yards allowed. Our rush defense is bad, but the other teams like Alvin Kamara, you look what he did to the Cowboys, 4 tutties. He got into the end zone 4 times, 4 touchdowns. Another Cowboys had a good game against the Browns with Deshaun Watson, who's basically not himself anymore. He's washed. But they played against the Saints, and Alvin Kamara did whatever he felt like doing. He looked like an MVP candidate out there. 4 touchdowns. Really looked like Boobie Miles out there against the Cowboys. So that's all I'm saying is that the NFC East is a little bit more wide open than what I expected. I think the Cowboys, honestly, I think after this year, they did sign Dak to that big contract, but I just think, year after year after year, them being disappointed in the playoffs, I think they're just kind of, their morale, I feel like, and their window is coming to a close. The window really basically closed after them choking in the playoffs last year, the last 2 years. I think their window has closed. Their window has really closed, in my opinion. But like I said, I think just because the defenses are so bad, our defense is bad too. And then when Jaden starts seeing down the field more and getting more comfortable in the NFL, the speed of the game, getting used to the speed of the game, getting a connection with Terry McLaurin, getting chemistry with Noah Brown, getting connection with other receivers other than just Zach Ertz and B-Rob and Eckler as receivers, then I think our offense will get even better. Our offense it's had its moments through the past 2 weeks. There's some numbers backing up the offense has been pretty good. I think Cliff Kingsbury has been a little bit better than what people are saying as well. But like I said, we're first in the NFC East. We'll see how long it lasts. We do have a tough opponent against the Bengals. And Kirk Cousins, you like that. I'm not the biggest fan of Kirk Cousins, but the Eagles let Kirk Cousins walk him down the field and win the game, basically. Saquon Barkley had hands like a snake and choked, and then Jalen Hurts threw a terrible interception. And, hey, I mean, that's just how things go. You got to execute and finish games. But we got to clean up the red zone. The stat that stood out to me, honestly, right now that is a good thing. Right now, the Commanders lead the league in offensive drives with a first down at 75%, with a first down at 74% per Ben Baldwin. Shout out to Mason Kinahan. He put that tweet out there. But the Commanders right now, we lead the league in offensive drives with a first down. Like, Tressway didn't even touch the field unless he was holding the ball for Austin Cyborg to kick a field goal. That was the only time that Tressway was on the field. He didn't punt the ball at all. We've been moving the football. It's just when we get into the red zone and get within the 20-yard line, Ben Sinnott, false start. Nick Allegretti, false start. Sam Cosmi, false start. Like, multiple guys false starting in the red zone. We just keep shooting ourselves in the foot. If we could at least finish one of those drives with a touchdown, maybe we put the Giants away earlier than what we did with a game-winning field goal. Maybe we put them to bed and put them away early, put them in the dirt. Offensive line right now ranked 4th in pass protection per Ben Baldwin as well. Right now we have the 4th best offensive EPA per play. We have the second worst defensive EPA per play at this point. But there's some really good numbers that kind of show that we're doing pretty good offensively. I know we're not getting shots down the field right now, getting Terry and good opportunities or whatever. But, you know, B-Rob's looking good. Austin Eckler's looking good. Zach Ertz is looking good. Noah Brown look good. There's some positives on the offensive side. Jaden Daniels against the blitz right now, 9 for 9, 140 yards, 118.8 quarterback rating against the blitz. So he's done a good job. He's been running the football well. Just got to stay healthy, of course, which he has in the past 2 games. And he's really been good on the ground. 88 yards that first game, 2 touchdowns on the ground. And then the run that he had for a first down in the first half. And then also the run for a first down that he had on Kayvon Thibodeau, where he had the first down to put us in the red zone as well. And then the pass to Austin Eckler, the pass to Zach Ertz, back-to-back plays, and the beautiful 3rd and 6 pass is Noah Brown for about 34 yards. That was a big boy play by the rookie quarterback, and he has looked like the best rookie quarterback by far compared to Bo Nix and Caleb Williams, who looked like he was going to. He basically did the Justin Fields where he closed his eyes and put his head back and was just looked like he was in a bad dream like Justin Fields did a couple years ago with the Bears. But all right, transitioning here, I do want to talk about Jahan Dotson as well. Oh, yeah, success rate, our offense is 5th in the NFL. Drop back EPA is 6th in the NFL right now. And then rush EPA right now, we're 4th in the NFL. EPA per play, I already talked about that. We're 4th in the NFL as well. So, like I said, everybody's giving Cliff a hard time. But I think another thing, too, is we're starting to somewhat find an identity. Now, I know, once again, it's only 2 games. But I remember with the previous regime, we just didn't have an identity offensively. The one year we actually had an identity was when we beat the Eagles on Monday Night Football, where B-Rob was running the ball hard. We beat Tom. Was that the same year we beat Tom Brady? And we were just running the football, churning out the clock, time of possession. Time of possession against the Giants. We own them on the time of possession. And that's something that we're going to have to do against the Bengals as well. We're going to have to play keep away against Joe Burrow. So if we can move the sticks and move the chains. And right now the Bengals, they're struggling against the run as well. The Bengals, they lost to the Chiefs. They gave up 90 yards on the ground to Pacheco. The Bengals lost to the Patriots. They gave up a bunch of yards to Ramondre Stevenson. So once again, I would basically go with the same formula that Cliff went with against the Giants, where it's a lot of running the football, a lot of rush attempts. We had 35 rush attempts against the Giants, and I think we need to get around that 25 to 30 rush attempt again against the Bengals on Monday Night Football. But transitioning to Jahan Dotson, I just want to quickly talk about Jahan Dotson. You guys know that I do like Jahan Dotson. I like him coming out of Penn State and whatnot. But it does look like Adam Peters fleeced the Eagles with the Jahan Dotson trade. And this was a game where last night where Jahan Dotson was supposed to step up with A.J. Brown being out. And I took the wager for 2.5 receptions over on Jahan Dotson. And guess what? He only got 1 catch for 6 yards. He only got targeted like 1 time. And that was it. And Jalen Hurts just decided not to go back to him. So I don't know if he's not getting open or running routes hard enough or, doing a good job of getting open against physicality, against press, I know the scout report right now is if you're physical with Jahan Dotson, then, it's hard for him to get open, But I do notice one thing is that, his body language is not great, kind of like what B-Miss said. I don't want to go to the body language thing, but I just think he has lost his confidence. And I think that's something that, you can kind of see from Jahan Dotson. Maybe he plays better in the other games, but right now it's looking like a 3rd-round pick and a couple 7s for a guy that's giving you 1 catch and 0 catches for 0 yards in the first game against the Packers, and barely getting targeted or barely getting any yards, and you picked up Noah Brown to get 56 yards in his first game and a first down and more. It's looking like a darn good trade, man. I wasn't the biggest fan of the trade at first. Like I said, there's still a long way to go. I get it. But right now it's looking like a darn good trade because you got the 2 7s, and then you got your 7th back because you cut K. York. So you got like 3 7th-round picks at this point. Now you got a 3rd, And you did attach the 5th-round pick, which I wasn't happy about. But to do that, to move up to get a 3rd-round pick, where you can get another wide receiver, you can get another tight end. Maybe we don't really need another tight end, but maybe you get another corner, another lineman, another receiver. Like, who knows? Like, there's a lot of things you can do with that 3rd-round pick, and maybe trade up to parlay to get another 1st-round pick or maybe another 2nd-round pick. But right now, it's looking like that was a good deal by Adam Peters moving on from Jahan Dotson. I hate that we had to give him on a 1st-round pick, but he just didn't fit what they wanted to do. And right now, it's looking like it's not. The Eagles they targeted Britton Covey 5 more times than what they did Jahan Dotson. Britton Covey, for whatever reason, I guess he was getting open more, and he barely did anything too. But it looks like Adam Peters made a good deal there, getting that 3rd-round pick. Of course, hindsight, we should have got Chris Olave, but it is what it is. And like I said, I do like Jahan Dotson's game, but it looks like he fell off. Other than that rookie season, it looks like he's fallen off a cliff a little bit there. So, all right, you guys let me know what you guys think about the NFC East. Do you think it's a little bit more wide open than what we thought in the beginning of the season? And did Adam Peters fleece the Eagles for and then you look at the trade that he made with the Eagles too with Cooper DeJean. I don't think he fleeced him for that one. It's too early to tell, but I think right now it's trending in the way that, hey, I think we got the better end of the trade for the Jahan Dotson trade. All right, you guys let me know what you guys think. Held Commanders, peace.